Alright, so today we have another video and we're talking about stouts and porters. So we have a little bit of the battle beers here, but we're also talking about how there's pretty much no difference between stouts and porters. So you can read a lot more about the history on this one, but pretty much the simple story is that previously the porter was the older style of the two, and then they would create two beers out of a single mash, and you'd have a stronger beer out of that, the stout, and then you'd also have the porter, which was pretty much the same beer, but just a little bit bigger because they pulled different parts in the mash from the wort. And then so they created two beers of that. But obviously with American craft beer, styles have evolved. And if you read BJCP, they talk about, first off, the ABV range is like very close, very similar. The Bell's Porter is 5.6%. The Sierra Nevada Porter Stout is 5.8%. They say that if you want to compare the styles, the stout will be a little bit more hoppy and assertive, especially with roast. So we're going to see if we can tell the differences. So I'm blind here. I don't know which one's which. Let's dig in this one. Smells hoppy. Just get that little bit of a woody character, a little bit foresty, a little bit minty. Smells great. Cheers. Quite nice. A little bit of that bitter roast, a little bit of chocolate, leaning towards a hint of espresso. Bitterness drives through. The hoppiness is quite aggressive on this one. Just as I smelled it, it carries with a little bit more bark, leafy character, forest. It's woody throughout, lingering on the bitterness. Let's dig into this one. This one smells a little bit more like cake, chocolate cake. Yeah, more chocolate character, less hopping, a little bit sweeter. Getting butterscotch on this one, maybe a hint of diacetyl actually. Cheers. Yeah, follows on the palate. I'm possibly detecting a little bit of diacetyl, but in general, this is a lot more creamy of a beer. Sort of reminds you a little bit more of brownie, chocolate cake, some vanilla dancing in there as well. Bitterness is pretty restrained. You get a little bit of this grainy roasted malt character on the back end. Yeah, a lot less assertive hopping on this one. So as the guideline says, this one should be the stout and this one should be the porter. So we'll see. Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm correct. So this one is Sierra Nevada Stout. This one is Bell's Porter. So there are noticeable differences between two, but I will say if you hop this one a little bit more, maybe it just becomes a stout. I mean, these two beers clearly have a little bit of difference between them, but I would not tell you generally to say, oh, this one is clearly a stout, this one's clearly a porter. This style is a dark beer with some amount of moderate hopping. You know, it's just not really a true difference if we're talking about just simply 4.5 to 6% dark beers, American style. You're going to have a stout porter, and they're pretty much almost the same style. So that's your lesson there. And yeah, let me know what you think, and let me know if there's clear differences for you between the beers you've had that are quote unquote stouts and porters. Until next time, guys, cheers. Later.